Hey, what's up everybody? Cody from Detroit Speed here, and we're back with another project update vlog. We've got a lot of updates on Bryan's 1969 Camaro, and then a lot of cool, small, detailed updates on Simon's 1970 Chevelle, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so first up on our list for this update is Bryan's 1969 Camaro, which Bruce has been doing a lot of fab work. This car has been under the knife extensively for the past few months. So we got QUADRALink installed and a few other DC projects, and then just some other fabrication upkeep as well. So Bruce, walk us through it.
Well, we got the heavy-duty leaf spring kit installed here. Pop the door open. And take a look inside there. Got the one side done.
So these sandwich between the rear floor pan, so there's a, it's like the pocket is on the other side, bolts it up, and then it's got this plate that welds down up on top. Just gives a little bit more reinforcement, because there's there's not a whole lot of material here on the factory floor pan, so they could rip out.
It stiffens it up
quite
a bit.
Yeah, a lot of chassis stiffening stuff, because we're doing our subframe connectors as well. These bodies are very prone to twisting, so we'll do the subframe connectors that'll connect to the subframe and then come back and just kind of really tighten and stiffen everything together. And so this is part of that. So you got QUADRALink brackets installed as well, and mini tubs.
We got our mini tubs in there. We will be doing the package tray. Curtis will probably handle that after he's finished with the roof. Not too many panels that aren't getting replaced on this thing. So we also have the mini tub trunk extensions here in the back. Got the driver's side in, working on getting the passenger side fit in there. And that also gives you clearance for a 3-inch exhaust underneath. And also stiffens everything up because you're tying into the cross member and the frame rail underneath.
I'm assuming we're going to do a notched fuel tank as well to help with the clearance. Yeah.
Yep. Curtis is working on the roof right now, and after that's done, we'll be able to take these reinforcement bars out of here and get the other side of the heavy-duty leaf spring plate installed in there. We want to leave it all in there until the roof is on and welded in, just to make sure nothing moves around, everything's structurally
in line,
tight.
Yeah.
So she's moving along.
And then we have the QUADRALink housing over here. So this is our 9-inch housing with QUADRALink brackets already pre-installed. So this will get, I'm assuming, powder-coated black or painted black?
Yes.
And then are you going to be the one to assemble the subframe, or?
Yeah, I'll probably, after I get done with the stuff in the back and get the tubes out and the trunk package trays in, roof's on, we'll start putting the front subframe in.
And then from there we'll do the subframe connectors as well, which I believe they have a piece that actually welds onto the back end of it.
Yeah, time into that.
Yeah.
I think that covers about everything.
Thanks, Bruce.
No problem.
All right, so Curtis, while Bruce is working on the underside of the car, you're working on the upper side. So you've got the roof that you're working on getting lined up. You're gonna work on the package tray here in a little bit. Is there anything else body-wise that's gonna need to be replaced that hasn't already been replaced?
Besides the majority of the rest of the car, yes. Yeah, we're about there.
So are we replacing the front fenders and the hood and everything too?
So front fenders are, I believe, good. The hood needs some metal work. That door needs a new skin. Tail panel's gotta go on. I think we're keeping the trunk.
What about the dash? Keeping the dash, or are we replacing it?
Thinking about it, touching this one up, or just getting a new one. We'll make that decision when we get to that bridge.
Yeah.
Bruce is mostly in the way.
Well, you're also in his way.
No,
so.
no, it's just Bruce. If he wasn't in there, there'd be no problems.
All right, and last but not least, we're gonna talk about Simon's 1970 Chevelle. So Zach, I know we're getting ready to go to the interior shop here in the next couple weeks. So where are we at with the car? What else do we have left? Where did we leave off from the last time we talked about it?
So I think last time I was working on getting the car polished up. We had just gotten it on the frame and kind of started some of that preliminary assembly work that we need to get done before it goes to the interior shop. So now, like we walk through, we got our core support mounted. We've got our CNR radiator on there with a set of Spall brushless fans. So we got 2 of those. Should keep the big block plenty cool. Curtis has been working on getting some of the fuel system all plumbed up, the vacuum line for the brake booster, a lot of that stuff all plumbed up. We're just trying to get as much done before it goes into interior as possible, because it just gives us less to have to do on the backside. So by the time it goes to interior, it'll have functioning brakes, it'll run. So that was a big thing. We found out that the gentleman's shop, Steve Holcomb, I guess his shop is on a hill, so it's better to give him, a big A-body Chevy that runs as opposed to one that he's got to try to push around by himself. So
we've got some fuel lines that are run, some other things that we're doing, small trinket things on the motor. So what have we done in this area here?
Right now we're kind of, getting a lot of the long list of short items done in the engine bay, or as many as we can. So Hoff's dipstick tube that he so proudly showed everybody before, that's been painted and installed. We got a lot of the AC fittings all pre-painted, kind of ready to finish the lines for the vintage air. Like I said, Curtis has been working on fuel system. So he's got his soft line, the little whip from the chassis to the engine, that's done. And he's working on connecting the second of the fuel rails now. So that'll be wrapped up here shortly. Okay. And then if we move down the side of the car, something you guys didn't see before, we now have body panels. Simon went with chrome details on this car, so chrome bumpers, chrome door handles, went with just the regular stainless locks. And we've already got these all adjusted, all of the door seals are in them. And we went with a set of Ring Brothers strikers. They're just a nice kind of finishing touch, one less piece that we have to try to figure out how to make look nice. They already sell something that works. So we got that all done. Next, we'll be putting the windows in and getting all the mechanisms working and proper, one step closer.
So let's move on to the interior. So we are utilize, just like with using the chrome, keeping it kind of a factory look. We're using an original factory or a modified center console. Dash is going to be an original dash, just modified a little bit.
Yep, so it's essentially a factory replacement dashboard. We went ahead and we've added a USB charger, so Simon can charge his phone, do all that stuff, and then the electric park brake button is actually in the factory area where the release for the original parking brake would have been. Okay. So we kind of made use of that space, and we're just trying to make everything look really cohesive and have that factory style, but have a couple little updates in there as well.
And then of course we've got vintage air.
Yep, that is the Gen 4.
Gen 4. So other interior things, steering wheel. Are we going with a original style steering wheel, or are we going with like an MPI or something? Or
so originally we were going to go with an MPI. That was Simon's first choice, and then he was let loose apparently on the Spark Industries website. So we have another, just like we used for Kevin Hart's car, we have another steering wheel from Spark. The only difference is that on Kevin's we painted it, but because of a lot of the kind of the bright work on this car and the trim, he's going to just leave the center machined. And then the outside edge of the wheel just have a really nice black leather wrap, gray stitching, just to tie everything together. But it'll be a Spark Industries wheel, and then of course an I Did It column. Yeah, it's turned out to be really nice.
yeah, so we have the new Dynamat Pro X series in the trunk, along with the JL audio amp and subwoofer, and then of course battery is rear mounted back here.
So if we come through the driver's side, we got another cool little detail. Simon doesn't necessarily plan on, eating his snacks and everything in his car, but he did plan on having the occasional drink. So we got some cup holders in here. So if he wants his bottle of water or a soda, he can just stuff it right there in the console, and then when he's done, shut it up, and they're kind of out of sight, out of mind. So you still have that factory look. You don't have cup holders right in the way.
That's really cool.
Yeah, not a bad little detail.
Yeah, it's right, because a lot of these cars didn't have cup holders, and if they did, it was like the little 3mm deep disc on the glove box.
Yeah, not great, especially when you're
Maybe for hanging out the drive-in, but yeah, yeah.
Almost. It's not going to stay on the glove box.
So those are all the Project Shop updates for this month. If you have any questions about what's going on here in the shop, feel free to leave us a comment or shoot us a message. If you have any questions about Detroit Speed products, send us an email at sales@detroitspeed.com. Don't forget to like and follow Detroit Speed on social media, and as always, we'll see you next time.